All right, here's the question. If you were on a road trip with your partner and the world suddenly gets struck with asteroids causing an apocalyptic end to all life, what would you do? Who would you want to be with? Well, that's the situation the main characters of the new film, When I'm Ready, are suddenly faced with. Take a look.
You know, I read this thing the other day. Gentleman's name was Logan. That was his name. The reporter said that he worked in the same pancake house for 54 years. No raise, no promotion. He was never a waiter or manager or even a cook. Nothing.
Now here to tell us all about this new apocalyptic romantic thriller is writer and star Andrew Ortenberg and fellow co-star Dermot Mulroney. Guys, welcome to California Live.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
So this movie looks beautiful, and I know when people think of End of the World, they think of very scary and full of fear. Not the case. So Andrew, you wrote and you also starred in this movie. Tell me why this film is a little different. What inspired you to make this?
Well, I've always loved end of the world stories, and we wanted to put our own unique twist on them, like you kind of alluded to. I feel like they're often, and I love a lot of these, something like, The Road, where it's, it's very, depressing, one beat after the next, whatever. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bleak moments in our movie as well. There are some somber, melancholic moments, but we wanted to make one about two young kids fighting to see the light in the beautiful moments in the last week on Earth. And so we go to a strawberry field and we pick strawberries and we break into an abandoned laser tag, and so it's really about these two young kids trying to have one last hedonistic explosion of fun before they all perish.
Yes, I love the idea only because it feels like, well, they're being robbed of their youth, so they're truly making the best of it, and so I think there's something beautiful and heartfelt about it.
It's a very hopeful movie.
Yes,
really.
exactly.
It's beautiful, as you can see. Even the photography, of course, is beautiful. But and I'll just point out that it's a pre-apocalyptic movie by about 4 days, I think, right, in the story. So things,
right.
It hasn't happened yet. So there's that looming part of the story and kind of obviously a ticking clock to the structure of the film. But you can get a lot done in 4 days of your life if you live it well.
There you go. And I think that's what you mentioned. It's actually pretty optimistic, despite the fact that it is the end of the world. So you've done such a great twist on that. Tell me a little bit more about your character, because I feel like when your character comes in, he's kind of on his own, he's by himself, and then he sees, these other two characters.
Well, it's a wonderful part. They encounter in their travels bizarre characters throughout. So I play one of them. Lauren Cohen appears in one of the other roles along their path. But this is a very enigmatic character. It's a very enigmatic time. So one of the things I like about the character is my pocket donut, because you don't really get to put a donut in your pocket in a movie that often, so that's one good thing.
If I could eat something for the last time, it'd be a donut. So I get you.
So in this scene there,
I'm so there.
He makes sure to just provide for even the shortest amount of future. But a wayfaring stranger in a very complex scene. So you don't know anything about him, and yet a great deal is revealed in this in this wonderful scene. So it's really just one moment in the film, but I was really drawn to it, and I thought it's a beautiful movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. Even just watching the trailer, there was so much heart to it. I do want to know something though, because I'm already exhausted thinking about it. You guys did 20 different locations in a 19-day shoot. How did you make that happen?
Yeah, it was definitely logistically complex, and it's funny because me and Dermot both as actors, like on the actors, it's not nearly as challenging. When I came up as an actor, it's like we just go where we're told to go. It's not that big of a deal to go to a new place each day. This was my first time actually making a film, and I did not realize the logistical complications of having that many locations for the crew, having to load gear in and out, the lighting setups, wherever. When you're in the same location each day, you can just leave the stuff there overnight.
Somehow managed to capture an incredible amount of sunsets, though. So even that, if you think about it, you have to time that out just so.
Yeah.
That was the other thing, also very logistically complicated, that also I didn't realize how logistically complicated it was until we were making it. I was like, oh, wait, yes, the sunset lasts 40 minutes. And
that's all we have.
4 pages to shoot multiple different angles.
You guys make the most of it, for sure.
We do. And so I always say I was definitely a little naive about some of the logistics of the filmmaking process, but I'm glad that I was, because if I wasn't, we wouldn't have had the guts to attempt it And I'm glad that we did, because I think that we mostly pulled it off.
I think you definitely pulled it off. I cannot wait to watch it. Even just watching the trailer, I was like, wow, this is such a beautiful movie. Lots of heart. Also, your future is very bright. And we already know you're going to be 13th season of Chicago Fire. So you both are doing great. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being here.